Hey everybody, this is Kathy with Kincaid Special Creations coming to you with another West Virginia Wednesday. As you've seen from the title, we are going to do kind of a little Q&A today. So I'm going to wait till a few people get in and then we'll get started. What do you all think about this cool down temperature? It is October and it's supposed to be October. So we'll take that and run with it. But I had to put my sweater on because I got my door open. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Jetsu. Hi, Tim. Hey, Jetsu, how's everything down in Florida? We're going to do a pretty little game today. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to have some fun. I'm going to wait till a few more people get in. But I'm hoping everybody that watches me or that has watched me scathed through this Hurricane Helene with no major difficulties. Hi, Brian. Hey, Stevie. Hey, Mandy. Look at y'all all coming in. Mandy, this is kind of your suggestion, although you did say for me to do it as a savings challenge, which I will do. I'm just going to kind of play it through to see if these works for people, or if anybody has some suggestions of how we can do it a little differently. Let me see if I can get me in here now. Sometimes people that are watching show up on my laptop that don't show up on my... There I am. Make sure my sound's off. You all know me. I'm always leaving that sound on. Okay. All right, let's see how it's doing. Y'all fared pretty good? Yeah, I know, man. Did you all see Asheville, North Carolina? Oh my gosh, those poor people. Poor people. I see a lot of videos of where people are taking stuff into them and trying to help. And the local communities are all helping themselves, waiting on the federal government and their illustrious slowness to get down there and do what they need to do. Sometimes you just need to jump in and help. People can't wait 4, 5, 6 days for you to get your ducks in a row and get down there. But we hope that they all do well, come out on the other end. At least not traumatized as much as possible. I know when our little creek down here flooded that one year, that Lewisburg and all those flooded real heavy. It was scary. And those shows those videos that you see on TV of the raging water that's like bigger than the New River across, raging down through there, that would have had to have been scary for those people. But my prayers go out to each and every one of them, and hopefully at some point in time in a year or so, they can look back on it and say, yes, I survived. Right now, I'm sure that they're just wanting to survive from minute to minute. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Jack. Hey, Janet Kay. I'm glad you all are in. Well, today we're going to play a little game. You know, my savings challenges, they have 2 different games. One is called This or That, and the other one is called Would You Rather. Well, I decided to name mine Would You Rather. So I'm going to ask a couple of things, and then you all, whoever wants to, can put into the comments what you would rather. I'll give you a few seconds after I ask each one of them, just to see. First bunch we're going to do is on food. You know, that's my favorite topic, as you can see. Okay, the first one is going to be, would you rather have, hi Paul, would you rather have crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter? Now, my personal favorite is creamy, and I'll tell you why. My teeth aren't as good as what they are, and crunchy peanut butter gets in the spots between my teeth that are now separated because half of my teeth are gone. So I prefer the creamy peanut butter. Now, do you have a special kind? Jewel likes creamy. Tim likes creamy. Yay, good deal, good deal. I'll move this thing over a little closer where I can see. Do you like peanut butter on a spoon or peanut butter on a sandwich? Peanut butter and jelly. I had peanut butter and syrup. I just poured me a little bit of syrup on top of the peanut butter, slathered it on a piece of bread, and I just had that less than an hour ago. It was delicious. Very, very delicious. Peanut butter's good for you. Oh, yeah. Dad likes Peter Pan, and Mandy likes Jeff. Stephen likes a sandwich, and Timmy, he's the creator of all good things in the world. He likes it all. He just likes peanut butter. Anyway, now my favorite way to eat peanut butter, which I will not do, but maybe 2-3 times a year, is peanut butter candy. I love peanut butter candy. The only problem is if you have peanut butter candy and there's just me and Sam here, guess what we get? Fatter. Because me and him will not let that peanut butter candy stay in that thing more than 3 days. It is gone in 3 days. So that's why I do not let myself have. Now, after I did it the last time, I got a little bit of a scare because my sugar went up a little bit. So I think maybe it's better if I go to Janet Kay's and eat one piece of peanut butter candy and leave the rest of it. Because she makes the absolute best peanut butter candy. But if I make it, it doesn't matter if it is spoon candy. Actually, I like spoon candy the best. Or if it's hard at a brick, you can throw it and hit a hole in your wall. I'll still eat it. I just love it. I don't like it when it turns sugary, which I figured out why that does that. When you're making your peanut butter candy, don't let the sugar lay around the outside ring and then stir it back. Don't take it off the outside ring. Stir it back into your peanut butter. Now, on the flip side, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but on the flip side, if you're making haystacks, they say the best way to make that is when it starts boiling, don't stir it at all for that minute that it has to boil. Now, I don't see how that would work. It looks like it would burn, but I've tried it the last couple of times, and it works. It makes the candy really good and no sugary buildup in it. So, anybody that likes to make haystacks, try that out. Hi, Olivia. Okay, the next one I'm going to ask you guys is, oh yeah, Brian, peanut butter molasses is the way to go. Molasses is so expensive though, but I just mix a little bit of syrup over in it, slather it on. Sometimes I mix it up in a bowl and just eat the peanut butter and syrup. Kind of like candy, spoon candy, but not really. All right, the next choices I'm going to give you is, would you rather have for breakfast oatmeal or bacon and eggs? Now, this is a hard choice for me. But if I'm going to have to choose one or the other, it would be bacon and eggs. Because, I don't know why. They both take the same amount of time to make them if you're going to make them on the stove. So it really doesn't matter whether you're having. Now, you can make the fast oats in the microwave. I'm not a big fan of those because I either always put too much milk or not enough milk. So I like to make it on the stove. But it's always a personal preference. If you're in a hurry for time, stuff it in the microwave. By the time you get dressed, you can go in there and eat your oatmeal. I like the instant oatmeal, strawberry flavored. But I heat the water up into a boiling and then just pour it in the thing and stir it up. That way I can control how much water goes in as I'm stirring it. So you can do it either way. They tell you to do it by the microwave, but you don't have to. I knew Tim's would be bacon and egg. Well, yeah, oatmeal does have a lot of carbs, but it's got a lot of good stuff in it too. So it's hi Paul. It's a choice, what. But if you don't like carbs, and a lot of people are on carb-free diets, that probably wouldn't be what you'd want to eat. Paul Brown likes oatmeal. Awesome. I like both of them. But oatmeal is better for me. Of course, I did have bacon and eggs this morning. Me and Sam had bacon, eggs, and toast, and we had ourselves a good time. Yesterday, I think it was Count Chocula, which was a really good But it was high in sugar content, but it was really good. And when I got done, I got to drink chocolate milk. I thought I was 2 again. I thought, yes. Yeah, oatmeal is heart healthy, they say. Yeah, Jansu, sometimes you have to give up the stuff that you like in order to be on those diets. Chrissy did that for the longest time. Her and TJ, they went and worked out. Bless their hearts. They were just something else. But, you know, it worked for them. The next thing is going to get Mandy and Timmy and probably Brian and Janet Kay. Do you like to drink black coffee or coffee with cream and or sugar in it? Me, if I'm going to drink ground coffee, doesn't matter what brand, it has to be black. Now, if I'm going to drink instant coffee, which is the coffee of my choice, I know everybody's going to have a fit over instant coffee, but it's my choice. I like to have a teaspoon of creamer in it. Don't want sweet milk, and Timmy absolutely loves sweet milk in his coffee. So, everybody's saying black, 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 cream only, non-flavored. Yeah. I don't care much for we got one was French vanilla flavoring. It was okay. But if I'm going to have a French vanilla flavored coffee, I want to go to Rachel's up at Summersville, up to the U-Save stores. I've never found them this good anywhere else. Cappuccino's cappuccino, but I've never found it that good anywhere else. But at Rachel's, at the U-Save store in Summersville, Mount Nebo in Summersville, their French vanilla cappuccino is perfect. Just the right amount. It's not thin and watery like some of them are. It's not heavy on the coffee flavor. It's just good. It's just good. And I don't get that very often because, one, I just don't stop long enough to get it. But that's a treat for me. So when I'm out with somebody or me and Tim's going somewhere, we'll stop and he'll get a coffee and I'll get a cappuccino. They're at Rachel's, they're not very expensive, so you could have. And the good thing about the French vanilla cappuccino, from up there at least, if it gets cold, you can now drink your coffee cold, your cappuccino. Where if you try to drink regular coffee cold, not going to be good. Well, I see cornflakes behind me. Black with 3 sugars. Wow, Paul. I used to drink coffee with canned milk when Grandma Johnson was alive, Julie. That's all Grandma ever had was canned milk, so you put that in there. I think as she got later on, they found the creamer stuff, but I don't know if they liked it or not. It's hot chocolate coffee. Hot and black for me, yay. Cold coffee is nasty. Yes, it is. That brings me to my next one. Do you prefer your coffee hot or iced? Jenny used to love to go and get something called a caramel macchiato, I think is how it's pronounced, at Starbucks. And it was like an iced coffee stuff. Nasty. She got me a cappuccino one time at Starbucks. Nasty. I don't know. I'm sure that people that like Starbucks like the way their coffee tastes. But for somebody that's not a big coffee enthusiast to start with, that's way too much coffee in a cup. We was in Maryland one time helping Jenny getting ready to move, and she worked at Starbucks at the time, and she brought us home a hot cup of coffee, me and Timmy both. Well, we tried to drink, he couldn't drink it. It was that strong. So she took a drink of it, and she took it right back down to her store and told them to do it over again. That was way too strong. I guess they thought we were strong people. I don't know, but that wasn't going to happen. I hate throwing all my stories in. If you all just ignore them if you want to. But sometimes just stuff I talk about brings up memories. So, hi, Teresa. So, I'm just enjoying talking about it. Brian, I agree with you. If you're going to drink coffee, hot black coffee. Now, Timmy's mom fixed a cup of coffee. She always puts cream in it. But she was out there on the porch, and I think one of the legs of her chair fell, and she knocked the table, and a whole pot of hot coffee fell on her. Oh, it was so awful. It was awful. I felt for her. All right, the next one. Would you like red grapes or green grapes? If you watched us last week, you knew we did a thing on grapes. Since then, I have bought red grapes before that show, and I went to the store at Kroger's on Friday, I think, and picked up some green grapes. Oh, them green grapes were so good. Me, it's green grapes. I like them better than I do the red ones. Now, Timmy likes the red ones, and I think Mandy likes the red ones, because she picked up some red ones last week. Green and seedless, absolutely. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And Jack Kay likes the red ones. We are a diverse family. We are definitely a diverse family. Okay, on the next one I'm going to get y'all. I know Janet Sue's going to say the same thing about this, but when you could eat them, not now, but when you could eat them, would you have preferred a cake or cupcakes? Me, personally, I would rather have the cupcakes, but I would love to be able to have a box of cake mix that you could divide evenly and make a half of a thing of cupcakes, where you could either do 6 or 12 at the absolute most, because when you don't have that many people and you're not having a party, there's no sense in having a box of cake mix that makes 24 cupcakes. I'm not going to eat them before they go bad. Now, Sam loves them when they get older, so, you know, like he needs them. But me personally, if I'm going to eat, I'd rather have a cupcake because it's individual. When you're done, you throw the paper in the trash, and you're good. You don't have a dish to wash, nothing. You're just good to go. Yeah. Oh, is it? Well, good deal. I'll be right in place with her cupcakes. How do you figure out what the hat? Well, I guess I could use my little, I got a little weight thing in there. I guess I could put it on there and take it out till it's half of it. Then I would know exactly what half was. I'll have to think about that, because that might be a way to go, because I would rather have, I got a little old container that'll hold 12 cupcakes. I'd rather have those just setting up so we could grab one and go and eat it and then throw the paper in the trash, because, one, no dishes. I don't like dishes. I like laundry even less than I do dishes, so I shouldn't complain. There ain't nobody here hardly for me to do either one. I did dishes on Sunday, took them out of the dishwasher. Today is Wednesday. Put a few that I used on Monday and Tuesday in the dishwasher. I won't have to do it again until, you know the drill. All right, next. This is my cookies or a candy bar. And if you like either one, tell me what kind. Me, I like Fig Newton cookies. Again, like the peanut butter candy, I don't let myself have them very often because they don't last. And Sammy just loves Fig Newton cookies. Don't you, Sam Tim? Called paper plates, yeah. But you still have to go in the pantry, get the plates out, bring them in, put your piece of cake on it. Then after you're done, get up, go to the trash can and throw the paper plates and whatever. And you still either have a fork, or if you have a plastic fork, you still have to throw that away. So, peanut butter cookies, homemade. Absolutely, Janet. That's perfect. We used to make them. I remember making them up at Grandma Hankins' house when we moved in. She showed me how to make them, and they were so good. I mean, they were so good. I hadn't even heard of them until that. Grandma was the best cook. She would keep us kids and stuff all the time. When it was time for strawberries and rhubarb to come in, she'd come down with a big old pot of strawberry and rhubarb. It was kind of like a soup or something. And man, that stuff was good. It's like eating oatmeal, but it was so good. And she knew how to cook. Now, one thing about her, when Aunt Louise would come in and bring Lisa, the first thing Lisa wanted was some fried green tomatoes. I could not think in the wildest my imaginations when I was a kid that a fried green tomato would be good. Yes, they are. And I missed out on a lot of opportunities to have Grandma's fried green tomatoes. But can't go back and get them now. No, Tim, you don't need either one. Duplex, oh yeah. Well, whatever type of candy bar you like, Jansu, which would you rather have? I guess candy bar is your choice. Me would be cookies. Most candy bars, unless it's a zero, has chocolate. And as I got older, chocolate is just not something I'm a big fan of. Now, when I was a kid, I'd eat every piece of chocolate come known to man. I remember when we was little, we'd always get a package of cookies, and Mom would get it when she went to the store. And at night, we'd get 2 cookies. There's 5 of us, so, you know, a package of cookies don't last long. So she'd give us 2 cookies. And there was some kind of vanilla, looked like a wheel. I don't know if Janet and Brian and them can remember or not. But they weren't just a regular cookie. They were a big, fat cookie that looked like a wheel. And they were vanilla with the syrup. Oh, man, those were the best cookies ever. And you don't even see them anymore. Don't even sell them. Plain Hershey bar, yeah, that's good. The kids like those when they make s'mores. I'm not a big s'more fan, me either. And I think it's because of the chocolate. I was thinking the last time when they was making the s'mores, why couldn't I just take the marshmallow and put it between the 2 pieces of graham cracker and squeeze it in and not put the chocolate in? I'll try that next time they're making s'mores and just to see if it tastes good. If it does, then I can eat them at the same time they're eating s'mores. Okay, the next we're going to switch things going into the weather, which we've had plenty of over the last little bit. Would you rather it be winter or summer? Both of which gives you some high Scott, gives you some really goods and bads in both of them. I look for this winter, at least up here in West Virginia, to be a very nasty one. We have had nothing but yellow jackets flying all over the ground. And I don't mean 1 or 2. I mean 50 or 60 all in the same area. Where we went camping this summer, where we parked our camper, when we got out, it was nothing but a whole sea of bees. But you know, not one of us got stung. I don't know what they were looking for. I don't know what they were hunting for, but they were everywhere. We had a picnic last of August with Aunt Joan and Aunt Patty, and down there we had all the food set up, and them bees were there, and they were after the meats. They weren't after the sweet stuff like the cakes and the candies and stuff that was all there, or the drinks, because I think there was somebody set out some drinks off to the side so they'd go get it. No, they were after the hot dogs and the beef, the pulled pork, everything. They were after that stuff. And I know I told Timmy in the summer when I weed-eated the grass that I had weed-eated into a snake and killed it. And I took him out. I went out the next day to see to make sure that's what it was. And it was there, but there was all kind of bees all over it. Well, next day Tim come in. I was going to show him where the snake was. The snake was no longer there. It was gone. So I don't know if those bees ate all that snake or something else come and carried it away. Well, it was just a little teeny-weeny snake. But I didn't see it or I'd have jumped back. All right. So, Jansu and Tim, Stephen likes the summer. Tim prefers the winter. Julie likes the summer. Yeah, Jewel, you got it. Summer with a cool breeze sitting on Mom's porch watching her big natural HD TV set. Absolutely. That is the way to go. Or Janet Kay's, in lieu of being able to go up to Mom's, Janet Kay's got an awful good HD TV outside too. And it's not a real TV, guys. It's just nature. But you can see all kinds of stuff. And that's what we need to do more of. All right. Would you rather have rain or sunshine? Me, I don't know. Sunshine makes it awfully hot, but it is so pretty. You can get out and do stuff. And the rain is just when it's hitting the roof and it's hitting this air conditioner out here, you can just sleep like a baby. So I'm not sure which one I would like. Probably the sunshine. Because I stay cold all the time. So when you all are sitting around with your big fans, your air conditioners, and you're burning up, I'm like, just comfortable. Timmy don't like it because that's the way I am, but that's just my makeup. Would you rather have it warm and cloudy or cool and sunny? I used to spend many a day sitting in where we lived below Grandma Hankins. We didn't have a front porch. We just had a door that had a little stoop and had a little step that you got up on. I spent many a time sitting in that stoop in the sunshine, just soaking up the sun. I guess I was cold back then too. Cool and sunny. Yeah, cool and sunny. I get you. I get you. All right, this is for us people that pay attention to this kind of stuff, especially at the beach. Stephen, you just coming back, you ought to know. Which do you like better, the sunrise or the sunset? Me personally, I like them both, but I love a good sunset with the orange background on the beach, shining off that water. That is so pretty. We've seen that many a time. And I've seen some really pretty sunrises here at the house when you're on my front porch and you stand on that little deck out there looking out towards the little house, coming up over that hillside. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. So, but mine is the sunset over the ocean. That would be mine. Of course, Stevie, when the fish are biting. You seem to have got pretty good bites while you was down there this time. All right, we're going to switch over into what type of vacation. Would you like to go to the beach or a mountain cabin? Me, the beach. I love the beach. I didn't used to. When we went down there the first time, I was terrified. All that water, you not knowing what was going on. But after you've been down there a few times, even when the storms are viciously beating the waves up and over and onto the roads, there's such a fascination about the beach. But I can see the draw of a mountain cabin too, especially if you've got a good view. I think everybody is agreeing with me. Oh, Stevie wants to go to the mountain. He done been to the beach this weekend. Jewel too. Well, we'll have to find us a mountain cabin. When we went to Smith Mountain, that was pretty cool. I like that. So we might try to do something like that again. Okay, would you rather go on a cruise or a rafting trip? Now here's where you got me, because I don't want to do either one. I'm not going on a rafting trip. I live in West Virginia, and I have every bit of access to go on a rafting trip. Timmy worked for a rafting company at one time, and you could have went. Kelly worked over at Glade Springs, and they got free rafting trips to where they were at. I could have went rafting working for the park. No, I don't want to raft. And I don't really want to go on a cruise. Now, if it was a cruise where you were like what the steamboat thing down at Camden Park, I went on that one time and I swear I was so white knuckled I thought I was going to croak. I think as I've gotten older I would be better at that, but I think because the kids are all older, and I knew that if one of the kids fell in the water, I would want to try to save them, and the only thing I ended up doing was killing both of us. So I think maybe if it was something that you could see the land from, I wouldn't mind going on a small little cruise, as long as the weather's pretty. But we'll see. Hey, Scott and Teresa, I seen you all come in. I hope I said hello to you a while ago. Okay, now, if you're going on your vacation, you want to fly or drive? Me and Timmy want to drive. We don't want to fly. Flying scares us. I'm only going to keep you all for a little bit more. I've got a whole bunch more questions, but if you like something like this, let me know. Okay, we're going to go into social media. And then I think maybe I'll do work too. Anyway, social media. Who likes Facebook or TikTok? Now, we don't do TikTok, even though I'm on TikTok. I think Hanny does. Monitors that. I'm not sure. Got no wings. Driving does take a lot of time, Mandy. You would have to be, have a lot of time to drive anywhere of any importance. Hence why we're going to take off a little bit longer next year when we go to the wedding down in Florida. Everybody says Facebook. I must be the, well, I don't do TikTok. I'm going to ask you, does anybody do Pinterest or Etsy? Pinterest is for if you want to know how to make something yourself, you can look it up. And Etsy's to buy it from somebody else who's already done it. I can do it either way. I really don't get on Etsy, but I do like this new little Ko-Fi stuff because they do seem to have stuff that's reasonable in their stuff. I haven't bought anything, but I went in and looked at several of them. But I do like to get on Pinterest and just look, like when we're doing our crafts, we'll get on there and we'll look and see, well, what strikes our fancy that would be the easiest for us to make. So that's a good resource if you're looking at something, because once you find what you want, you can go straight into their YouTube page, their website, whatever, and find all the information that you know. So Pinterest is a good site. Okay, I don't know if any of y'all's ever heard of Rumble, but we're going to say YouTube or Rumble. Now, I have an account with both of them, YouTube and Rumble. I don't really get on Rumble too much because mostly what's on Rumble is people talking about stuff that is almost like that one I watched on YouTube a bit ago. So many conspiracy theorists, I had to turn it off. I was like, what? You can find anything if you search long. Hi, Margaret. If you search long enough on YouTube, you can find anything on the planet. And some of this stuff is just so outlandish, you say, there's no way. And then it's like when Grandma used to pat me on the back and say, no, you need to have this information for your family tree. It's going to come in handy. So when it gets patted on my back, I keep put it back in the little recesses of my mind to bring back out later. Ain't quite as easy as what it was when I was younger, or two, when I was writing everything down on a piece of paper, because now I have to go back and find the spot I seen, and half the time they're not there, or they're hidden so far and stuff. Okay, and oh, I'm so sorry. Next, do you get your news from the networks or some online service? Whether it's a newspaper online, whether it's one of those YouTube channels, whether it's just a News Nation or something. How do you get your news? Me, I get my news through YouTube. Because it's almost worse than watching the Fox and Friends of a Morning back when I had cable, is because I would get on there and I would watch it, and whatever they talked about first thing in the morning would be what somebody was saying something about all day long. And after you've heard it 5 or 6 times, you don't want to hear it again. You don't want to hear their opinion on it. You want to hear the news. I long for the days when the news was the news. If somebody would come out with just a news channel, that they did their research, that they had their people doing nothing but research on the actual fact, not their commentary on it, the actual facts. They went to the spot where it was. Don't get their information off of the Washington Post and New York Times and all that, and then make them a whole big story about it because they're giving their opinion on it. No, you personally go and find the facts, or you have somebody on your team go find the facts, and you tell me the news, the actual news. But they ain't going to do that. There's too much money in opinionated news. But I totally would definitely subscribe to that channel if it was proved to be nothing but the actual news, not their opinion of the news, not Tom, Dick, and Harry's opinion of the news, just the news. Jinx, don't look at me like that. All right, the next one, we're going to go into work, and this will be the last one I'll ask you because it's been over 30 minutes. Would you rather work day shift or night shift? Now, I've worked day, night, evening, split, everything that there is. All of them have their good things and their bad things. Day shift, you always have to deal with the bosses, because the bosses are always going to work day shift. Evening shift, you got the bosses for a couple hours, and then they go on about their business. They go home to their kids and their families and everything. And only if you have an emergency do you have to call them in. So evening shift wasn't too bad, except it doesn't warrant a good family life. So you don't get to see your kids grow up. You don't get to go to sporting events or special things at the school or whatever, unless you ask for it off. So I can see both. Midnight shift was good. I couldn't eat on midnight shift, so I didn't like to work that very often. But you could do whatever you needed to do, go to work, come home and sleep a couple hours while the kids was in school, and then have the rest of the afternoon with kids before you had to take your little siesta at night, getting ready to go back to work. So midnight shift wasn't horrible. The splits were terrible, 9 to 5s, 8 to 4s, because that's all you did. You was there with the bosses, you was there with another coworker, and they all was constant drama over and over and over again. I ain't got time for drama. So that was what I liked. Tim likes night shift, Janet day shift, Mandy days. Let's see. Let me roll back up here. Julie days, Stephen days. Janet K likes her network. Yeah. That's good, but you just about get the same news on my online YouTube as what you do on your networks, because they're all, like I said, they're all opinion pieces now. Depends on the job. Yeah, Brian, you're right. It does. I worked the same place for 23 years, but I did work every single 1 week. In 1 week, Audrey had me on the shift. She had me working 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 3 to 11, and 11 to 7, all in the same week. And I told her, I said, Audrey, if I don't show up for work, somebody better call me, because I have forgotten what the schedule was. She just laughed at me. She thought that was funny. But one time, Nancy Dempsey did have to call me at 7 o'clock in the morning. Say, Kathy, are you coming to work? I said, Nancy, I don't work till 3. She said, no, you're on the schedule for 7. I said, give me 5 minutes, and I was at work. Because I was already up, I just had to throw my uniform and go. But I wasn't expecting to go to work. I asked one of the other workers, I said, what's my schedule for next week? And he told me, he said, it's the same as it always is. Well, I never hardly work day shift. But I did that day. All right, and next one is, would you rather have a bonus or a raise? Now, that is a quandary and a half, because I think I would rather have the raise, because that gets put on every single hour that you work. So it's like getting a bonus all year long. A bonus is good because it's a one-time amount of money that you can do with whatever you want to. But for me personally, between the two, I'd rather have the raise. I'd like to have a substantial one, but I never got that either. Stevie says a raise. Yes. Yes. You can do more with a bonus. I agree with you. Hey, Matt, I agree with you. You can do more if you have one lump sum of money. But if you take that raise that you get, say you get 50 cents an hour raise. What is it? $4 a day times 5 days. That's $20 if you just get a 50-cent raise. So take that $20 and do what I'm doing. Do saving with it. Put it away. After the course of a year or so, you're still going to have that lump sum of money that you can do something with. But now it's every year you get that lump sum of money, instead of you have to work harder to get that bonus. Now, do I like Timmy's bonuses in December? Heck yeah, because I like a lump sum of money coming in. And I like for them to appreciate his hard work at his job too. That is nice. Well, yeah, it depends on what amount of your bonus is. But it still I would have to, weigh they won't give you a choice of one or the other. They've already worked in the money. So if they offer you a bonus, they know that it's a whole lot better for them to give you that bonus than it is for them to give you a raise. Because they're going to make less money, or they're going to keep less of their money if they give you a raise. and you're going to make more money. But because you just see it in increments of $20 a payday, you think, that's nothing. But if you figure it out over the course of the year, it might be a pretty good bit chunk of change. And the last one on the list is, would you rather do a hands-on job? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Robert. Would you rather have a hands-on job, or would you rather have a desk job? Me, of course, it's a desk job. I wouldn't mind when I was younger. I wouldn't mind when, we went and mowed grass and everything else. So I wouldn't mind doing stuff like that. But right now in my life, it would have to be a desk job. I don't even think I could go up to Dollar General and stand behind the counter and work. I just don't think, because of my weight, I don't think my back would let me stand up for even a 4-hour shift without having to sit down. I just don't think so. Now, I might be wrong. I might be able to handle it just fine. And if push come to shove with all the craziness that's going on, and I have to go to work, then go to work I will. All right, guys. Well, I am going to cut it off there. And I'm going to say thank you so much for everybody that shows up every week. We want to welcome the new person that signed up today. Let me get her name out here. Kaylin Onish. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I want to welcome her to our little group. I want to invite each and every one of you all that come every week to pop on over to Kincaid Special Creations. Check out my KSK Saves. I do put these Facebooks. If you miss it here, you can find them over on YouTube. But I also am doing savings challenges. See how much money I'm saving. You would be surprised when tomorrow's video come out how much money that I was able to save and put in the bank for the month of September. And it is really a good journey, especially if you're young. I didn't start till I was 66, so you can do it when you're older. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I'd love to share that with more of you. Just check me out over at Kincaid Special Creations on YouTube, and we will see you all next week. We're going to do flowers. Bye-bye, guys.